All right. Today is the first episode of the Little Couch podcast. My guest today is an entrepreneur, a CEO, a student, and a good friend of mine. His name is Alex Dassise.
Hey, what's up, Cassian?
Hey, thanks for being the first guest.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited.
And also, thank you for helping me set this all up. I'd be nowhere without you.
I think it's so funny that we can just go out and buy these mics and go make a podcast. It's pretty simple.
Capitalism at its finest.
At its finest.
Absolutely, at its finest.
Welcome to America.
Trump's America.
You Slav.
I'm Slav and I'm proud of it. What can I say?
It's awesome.
All right, I guess we'll cut the cheese, get straight to it. Let's talk about your company,
My company.
Sagey's Bridge.
Sagey's Bridge. Where should we start?
Let's start with the name. I think it's a real cool name.
Okay. So, Seiji, Japanese name, a little hard to pronounce, but it gets people interested because it's like, oh, Sagey's Bridge, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Seiji is the middle name of my younger brother, Stefan.
Yeah.
And Bridge, it's a really good symbol to kind of let me talk about the mission of what we're trying to do. So, Sagey's Bridge is an educational company for people with developmental disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And we're bridging this social barrier between people with and without developmental disabilities. So that can be social differences, mental differences, physical differences, emotional differences. It's a big spectrum, which creates a big opportunity for the business.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how do you bridge that gap?
Yeah, how do we bridge that gap? Well, we bridge that gap through interactive, fun toys. And it's as simple as a ball and a flying disc, a frisbee.
Yeah.
But it's not just that toy. Those toys are combined with an MP3 Bluetooth speaker. And on those speakers you can play music, but then you can also have our curriculum. And that curriculum, it comes out through audio, and it's kind of like another in like a school aspect, it's like another teacher, or in like a parent aspect, it's like an aid to a social interaction. And then with friends, it's kind of like the it's kind of like the icebreaker.
Okay.
To introducing or interacting with someone.
Mm-hmm. And this was a question I had when you first brought the idea up, but would this be your products? Are they more business to consumer or business to business?
Well, if you want to look at schools as a business, then maybe it is business to business.
Because that's how I see it. I see like schools, programs that help kids with disabilities. I see them kind of as businesses.
They are.
Because they're always going to buy in bulk.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'd be both, but I think it's a hard decision.
Yeah.
What do you want to first go to market with? What do you want to focus on? I think probably going to focus on the business consumer first.
Yeah.
That's just an easier market.
Totally makes sense.
To get into.
Yeah. And like, let's say, for example, like a mom is more willing to spend like $50 on like a frisbee. That might end up helping her child, then like a school is willing to buy like $1,500.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think going into business to consumer first is a good way to jump into the market. Great product. I absolutely love the product. I think it's awesome. I think it's something that's really out there trying to make a difference in this world. I think those are the best products and the best companies.
And I love it because the business has a story.
Exactly. And you want to tell that story?
Of course.
Yes. On this now nice brown couch.
It is actually a very comfortable couch.
This is where I play FIFA.
That's how you get your wins.
That's how I get my W's.
I could fall asleep in this right now. But yes, the story. So Seiji he actually just graduated high school.
Awesome.
A few weeks ago. So now he's living the free life. And it's funny, he actually told me the other day, he's like, I don't like my teachers. I asked him, I'm like, are you happy to be done with high school? And he's like, yeah. And I told him, like, just curious, like, oh, did you like your teachers? And he's like,
No.
I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
Because, like...
I mean, a lot of kids his age don't like their teachers.
Exactly. And who liked all their teachers in high school?
Exactly.
But anyways, to go back to the story. We were both born in California.
Mhm.
And Seiji having autism, not being able to have a verbal conversation with me, I didn't understand his nonverbal social cues. He didn't understand mine. And so growing up as brothers, and you have a sibling, so you can relate to this.
Yeah.
It's like you're living with someone that you know you should be like best friends with,
Mhm.
but you just can't, because there's so much like social stigma, and there's like a wall in between you two.
Yeah.
You don't know how to interact. And so I'd say when I was 5 years old all the way until I was 17 years old, for a solid 12 years, it was like he was just like another person around me, but it wasn't like this really strong sibling relationship.
Wow.
Which I believe you have with your sister, just from what I can tell.
Yeah,
When
because
you
like
talk to her.
being like immigrants come
Mhm.
to this country, I was 3 years old and she was 7, and it's like being an immigrant coming to the United States, you definitely have to like mature quick. You have to grow
Yeah.
up fast. And I always saw my sister as like a second mom.
Mm.
She's the person I always went to when I had questions with my homework,
Mm-hmm.
any like social stuff. I could always talk to her.
Because she's got the language down.
She's got the language down, and she just relates. She knows like what I'm going through. She went through.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So then in high school, I was a senior, he was a sophomore, and he just got really a lot more into physical activity. He was running cross country, he was doing track, he was getting really into listening to the Beatles,
Mhm.
and what he literally does is I bet he's doing it right now at home, is he stands, he dances, and he just listens to one Beatles album, like for hours.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he doesn't want to do anything else.
Who's his favorite member?
Oh man, it's probably like Paul McCartney because he's singing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Paul's good.
But through entrepreneurship and just learning that, I mean, you can create a solution just with the thought, with an idea. He was really into physical activity and music. And actually, when I was at the beach with one of my buddies, we came up with the idea of a speaker on a frisbee.
Uh-huh.
At that time, it was called a bluebee. Super gross name.
Blue. Yeah.
Called a disc jam today.
Yeah.
But after about a year making the prototype, failing, getting the idea rejected, it got like a 59% on this like school entrepreneurship project.
Yeah, you told me that really
which
well.
I thought was hilarious, looking back now.
Mhm.
But when we had a good prototype, we used it together. We put on his favorite Beatles music, and it was just this amazing moment where we got to, and we still get to do this today. We did it actually the other day. We played with one of the products. But this amazing moment where we can just be face to face, just smiling, laughing, dancing, singing together. It's so simple and so human.
Yeah.
But just this a simple physical back and forth. And I think because we can do it for like an hour at a time, or until the battery runs out, that's what makes it more powerful. It's that we don't get bored of it,
Uh-huh.
you know. And I feel like I missed out for, let's say, 12 plus years of being able to enjoy something with him.
Wow.
And I think he can't communicate it in words, but in those moments, he's never like, I'm done. I want to walk away from this.
Uh-huh.
He's always like, no, we're going to keep playing with it until the battery runs out.
That's
so
awesome.
that story of just creating a real solution for our relationship, and since we've had the product now for about 2.5 years, it's like totally different brothers.
Really?
So it's super cool to be like, wow, we're probably gonna grow old together, you know, and to see where our relationship goes. But yeah, it's incredible that a product can change your life like that.
Exactly. That's an awesome story.
I love telling it.
That's awesome.
I love telling it because there's PhDs, there's doctors out there that, you know, they diagnose you as having some disability when they really don't know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and they think they can give you the solution, but I kind of feel like I'm like almost I beat them to the solution,
Ooh.
you know, to kind of
Tuning
love myself a little bit too much and toot my horn a little bit.
That's hilarious. I think you can say that though because it's your own personal experience and nothing has done what your product has done for like, your own relationship. Nothing. No counseling or.
No.
Have you guys done therapy before or like some type of counseling?
I mean, yeah, I did like occupational therapy, speech therapy with him, and those moments are really cool.
Yeah.
Because it felt like there was a professional that was able to create sparks, create moments
Mm-hmm.
between us both. But it was only for 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
Every like maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and we'd have to drive a half an hour to go do it.
Yeah.
And I can just use the product in the comfort of my home or
Exactly.
outside in the park, you know. So
Exactly.
that's how customers can get a better experience, and you're not paying $300 to $500.
Does insurance cover that?
No, insurance does not cover my products yet, but that's a good question. I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, insurance does cover the therapies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
But a lot of people, they can't pay for insurance. I mean, they can't even get like good insurance that's going to get them therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a family that has someone with a disability, it's kind of like, damn, what do we do?
Yeah.
Because there's not a manual to how to raise someone.
That's really true. And your mom did a lot of research, right? You were telling me.
Yeah, my mom she's very educated, very educated person. She went to UCLA. She has 2 master's degrees, and she's working on her family counseling master's right now. So that's kind of where some of the genius of the product came from. It wasn't just me. But I did all the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Actually, some fun stuff I haven't shared with you.
Okay.
But just in the last few days, we're able to get another $10,000 in grant funding.
From what?
Well, right when I was taking my last final, I got a text that we got into this workshop it's actually being held at MIT this summer.
Really?
So I'm going to be going to Boston at the end of July.
Motherfucker. So you're going to MIT to pretty much present your product?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that.
Did you enter to do it? Or did they just contact you?
No, we had to write like, I think it was like 2 10-page papers.
Damn.
Yeah.
How many business partners do you have?
Just one business partner,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's about, I think there's like 5 to 7 other students that don't go to Portland State University that are just like kind of on call, I'd say, as okay, like when the time is right, we can help.
Okay.
You know, and that goes through an industrial design student, 4 engineers, a marketing person, a research assistant, and yeah, that's just amazing. You gotta have a team.
You have to have a team.
You have to have a team.
You absolutely have to, because as good as like you can be at one thing, you have to know it all.
Yeah.
And that's impossible.
And there's only so much time in the day for one person.
Exactly. I'm guessing they're not paid, are they?
No. I mean,
do they have shares?
No, only my one business partner and I have shares.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's the split on that, if you don't mind me asking?
We're both comfortable with what we have. That's what I can say.
Okay, fair enough.
We're trying to still figure out a lot of legal stuff because we don't know what we're doing on the legal side.
You gotta get a guy for that.
Yeah, and you can't. And to buy a lawyer is so expensive.
Oh, fuck lawyers. Lawyers are fucking assholes. Go to the Portland State Law School of Law or
They
No,
have
there's-
a school of law?
They don't have a school of law, but they have like a law department
Okay.
where they can write up contracts for you. They can read contracts for you. They can if any questions, like if you want an NDA written, I think you can pay them like $10
They
and
can
they'll
do
write an
that?
NDA for you.
Because right now we're an LLC, and we're thinking about going to an S corp.
That's cool. Okay.
Because we have that
You want to explain that for the
social
people
benefit.
listening?
An S corp?
Yeah, because like not everyone listening is like a business person.
Man, I don't even know if I can explain what an S corp is.
I mean, I know what an LLC is. An S corp's like
Limited liability company.
an S corp's like a little more. You get more government benefits, don't you?
Yeah, there's a lot of well, because we have a social impact,
Mhm.
we can be we can get more grants, I believe, as an S corp,
Okay.
and then also just being an S corp, you're a corporation now,
Okay.
so you can get outside funding and you can actually split shares, and then there's also other rules where just around taxes
Mhm.
and paying yourself.
Okay.
Because pretty much all LLCs like that are ran at my stage are like super illegal.
Really?
Yeah, because there's no way to really run a business properly or legally unless you have like $100,000 to start out.
That's really
You know,
true.
there's so many little rules that
Mhm.
not even a college is going to teach you. And there's so many little things that like you're not going to read when you sign.
Yeah, and like especially like it's scary how easy it is to start a business, and like I like that. I like that it's easy, but at the same time, like I think a lot of people are just thrown into the pit,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are doing illegal stuff that they don't even like. It's not.
You
their
don't
fault.
even know you're doing it.
Yeah.
You don't
Like,
even
I
know you're
can-
doing it wrong.
Spoiler alert: like 80% of construction companies are like extremely illegal. And by construction, I mean like residential construction, and I know that through like because my dad's a residential construction contractor. I know a lot of people that like he's worked with, or like that like I just know like in the
Mhm.
Romanian, Ukrainian, or Russian community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't trust them.
But the thing is, the government doesn't care as long as you're paying your taxes.
That's true. A lot of them don't pay their taxes though.
Oh.
A lot of them work under the table and then still get government benefits.
I pay my taxes,
Attaboy. That's good. Always pay your taxes.
which is super hard. It's
you
super
don't want to pay
complicated.
18 million euros like Ronaldo.
No. No. Oh my gosh. Do you want to talk about the World Cup now?
Yeah, I guess we can. You good? Like you good talking about your anything else you want to say about St. Jude's Bridge before we move on?
Well, you can go to sagiesbridge.com.
Yes.
And that's SEIJISBRIDGE.com.
Uh-huh.
Sagiesbridge.com. Lots of videos, lots of great stories. You can also find that on Instagram. Twitter's not super active. Facebook isn't super active right now.
No one uses
but
Facebook anyways.
Instagram, though, we've got some good followers. We've got some great photos. If you want to just take a look, some nice, fun videos. And then also there's a YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sagie's Bridge. And it has all the videos we've taken using it with kids. That's where everyone's signed off.
Mhm.
That's also super hard.
Really?
It's like getting all the parents to sign so you can have their kids in the videos.
Yeah, actually.
That's super stressful.
Yeah.
Because then you can get amazing footage of kids using your product,
And these are kids with disabilities.
kids with disabilities, and they just, a lot of parents are like, well, I don't want my child to be on there because they have a disability.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, but this is beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
It's beautiful to see your child's like super happy and interacting, but
Mhm.
a lot of people are just so insecure. There's a lot of social stigma around it too.
Yeah.
It's a hard business. It's not a recommended first business you should start.
Yeah. Because I was like, wow, that's such a great idea. Like, you know, going into like mental disabilities, helping kids out, all this, and then I was thinking like, that's a big fucking load.
Yeah,
That's- And that's why I respect you so much for doing it.
you just gotta keep going.
Just gotta keep writing.
You
this
can't
stuff.
stop.
Yeah.
I don't want to work for somebody else.
No one does.
Nobody does.
You don't make money in America by working for someone else.
It's
Real
true.
money, real money,
Real
like wealth,
money.
not like SoundCloud rapper money, like wealth.
Unless you're Post. Gotta be
Yeah.
1 in a billion.
Dude, I think Post's gonna kill himself soon. I hope he doesn't. To God, I hope he doesn't. But like, just the way he's been acting, his tweets lately, his tattoos.
Yeah, that always tired tattoo.
He just looks like one of those sad boys in disguise.
It's kind of even his new album,
Yeah.
Beer Bong and Bentleys. I was listening to it, and I'm like, it's kind of depressing.
Yeah. I feel like, especially because like he has such a nice life. Like he has really good friends. He's super funny. Everyone loves him. I don't like he's minimal amount of haters. But I don't know why he's always so like. He always seems like sad.
Yeah.
He just seems like he's not up for it.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, that's the part about being a media star where it's like you don't get to know like what they're really going through.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not making any assumptions.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of mental disability he might deal with. With depression.
Yeah.
Or OCD.
Oh, let me throw in a few more final
yes.
statistics. So it's in 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 10 in 10,000 had autism.
Okay.
And today it's like 1 in 59.
Really?
Yeah. So just a crazy dramatic increase.
Why?
I mean, there's just so many different factors. There's like they were underdiagnosing it, and then like just with there's so many environmental factors and just parental factors.
Oh my God. I blame the weed.
What?
I blame the weed.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, just like all the narcotics and all the chemicals you put in your body,
mm-hmm.
you don't know like how that is gonna react for when you have a child. You know?
That's crazy. 1 in 59.
1 in 59. And it's like it sounds scary.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it's gonna force the education system to change.
Mm-hmm.
Because with more people with just slight differences, because like a lot of those 1 in 59, like there's a lot of people that they can get through society being having a diagnosis with autism. It's a lot less of people that are like so severely impacted where they have to have like 24-hour support.
Yeah.
A lot of people with developmental disabilities, they can get through society.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people I think now like you wouldn't even unless they told you wouldn't realize have autism.
Yeah.
Like I had a guest speaker in one of my in our families and societies class. Remember we had the queries? That was their name. We did not call them queries. They told us their name was the queries. Please.
It was a panel of queer students.
Yes, and one of them had autism. Remember?
Oh yeah,
the
guy.
The guy
from Eugene.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until he told us.
Yeah, I couldn't get it. I couldn't like sense
Even
it
you
either.
said afterwards, you're like, I'm not sure if he has it.
Yeah, no, it's hard to tell, but that's another thing. You can't like go up to someone and say,
"Oh, absolutely."
I don't think you have autism.
Yeah, that'd be a little fucked.
Yeah, it's and then there's another statistic. It's like 1 in 6 have developmental disabilities, but developmental disabilities also fall under the categories of like ADHD and ADD,
which everyone has.
I mean, you could say everyone has it, or it's just, I guess 1 in 6 are diagnosed.
1 in 6, really?
But those kids with autism fall under that core category, 1 in 6. So those are just some like crazy statistics that I use for my company that are those came out through the Central for Disease and Control, the CDC, I think. It's like a government.
Great statistics.
Yeah.
Just as we said. Yeah. Thank you for bringing those in.
Yeah, those are important.
Those are eye-boggling, actually. Mind-boggling. Eye-opening.
So the whole goal of the company is to revolutionize the special education system.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, how it stands, it could be so much better.
I 100% believe that. Because, like, I don't know, me as just, like, going to, like, high school
Mm-hmm.
and seeing, like, the special needs kids, I always wondered, like, what are they like learning about? What
Yeah.
are they like? What's their plan after high school? What's
Mhm.
like their life goal? Like, I don't know. Like it never like crossed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's awesome that you're trying to revolutionize that.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I hope.
It'll take a few more years, but we're about 2.5 in, and we've got some good momentum right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're winning these competitions. You're getting money for capital. You're just building that momentum,
Mm-hmm.
like a raging bull. It's gonna be fun to see where it goes.
Yeah, shout out Portland State for being a good hub.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about that real quick. You started the company at Oregon State.
Yeah.
You were originally at Oregon State,
Mm-hmm.
and you transferred.
I did transfer after 2 years at Oregon State.
You want to explain why?
Okay, well, in my second year, when I was actually really starting to run the business, really like going to conferences, getting sales, all of my connections were in Portland. All of the therapists that were helping me, and I was constantly coming back to just spend more time with my mom and brother. And I was like, okay, this is just a waste of time spending 3 to 4 days in Portland while I'm going to school in Corvallis. So, I mean, there were a lot of different factors. I mean, I could talk 30 minutes about why I left Oregon State.
Yeah.
But overall, like, it was an amazing opportunity and experience. Like, they helped me so much, and they really taught me the core basics of
Portland State.
No, Oregon State.
Oregon State.
They taught me the core basics of entrepreneurship and how to hustle and how to never give up.
Mm-hmm.
And they got me started with like grant money and funding.
Okay.
But it really came down to, okay, do I want to pay for rent, work my ass off just to breathe?
Yeah.
100 miles from home, or do I want to not pay for rent, have a way more easier job at home where I get to be a caretaker for my brother? So I work for DHS, where the government pays me to spend time with Seiji.
That's lit.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe I wasn't doing that earlier. I just
started
started that
now.
now.
Did that.
Huh?
I didn't even know they did that.
I didn't know they did it either. But yeah, so coming to Portland State was a big family decision, because now I get to be a bigger part of helping my brother, and that's what the company's all about, you know.
Exactly.
And the company's all about creating a closer family unit. So
yeah,
I'm doing that at home all the time now.
And Portland State's been huge in you like getting opportunities too, right?
Yeah, I mean the
business.
first competition they sent me to, I could have won $75,000, which I was super bummed I didn't get.
How much did you win?
I only won 6, which is still super rad.
$6,000, yeah.
$6,000's awesome, but when you see somebody walking away with 75,
yeah,
I mean, some people didn't win any money,
so
we were stoked that we won something.
There you go.
Yeah, and now we're gonna go to New York and Boston this summer. So.
Sick. Oh yeah, you went to New York a couple weeks ago. How did it go in the end?
It was really good. I found some amazing connections. I got some inside people
Ooh, okay.
that are speech language pathologist graduate students, but they're also like helping run the competition, so they can be like my inside ears to if there's any like special stuff going down. But that competition, I'm gonna go back in October.
Okay.
For $25,000 to hopefully compete for that.
Fuck
Hopefully walk away with that.
That's sick.
This is just to anybody, if you want to start a company and you have the time. You have to have the time.
You have to have the time and the resources.
Yeah. You have
and the connections.
You also have to be like, do I want to get bad grades?
That's, yeah, like, it takes a toll on your time.
It takes a huge
on
toll
your priorities. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to try it, I would definitely recommend doing it in college, because almost every college has competitions, and we were just looking at the competitions for 2019. It's over $3 million of just like free grant money, no equity, just come and compete for it. they'll fly you to Singapore. There's a competition in Singapore
Really?
where they're giving away like $1.5 million.
The fuck?
Isn't that insane?
That's disgusting. But the other thing, like, about being able to start a company in college is also all your resources are free.
Yeah.
All, like, the information, like IBIS World, for example,
Mm-hmm.
which pretty much just, if you don't know what IBIS World is, it pretty much allows you to look into, like, entire industries and, like,
Oh, wow.
entire industries and how much money there is in the industry, what the growth potentials are for the industry, how other competitors match up. Like, I did it for my internship. I looked at, like, the online dating, and I was looking at, like, how much shares, like Match is killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Match owns, like, 79% of the market right now. I think
Really?
Match or eHarmony. Sorry, it's one of those. And then the rest is, like, and then the funny thing, apps are, like, 2%.
Apps?
Apps only make up, I think, about 2% of the, like, online dating.
Hmm.
And then Tinder is, like, 90% of that. Bumble's coming up. Respect the Bumble. But they're both fall soon. That's
Fall soon?
They're both fall soon because of our app.
Oh, because of real intent.
For real intent. Remember that name, kids.
You gotta have like a commercial where it's just like a black screen and someone's like, real intent. Just whispering.
I'll bring that up to Robert, see what he thinks. But no, yeah, I think the resources colleges are able to provide you with, especially because everyone that's working at Portland State has a master's in some sort of business psychology.
Yeah, I really like
So
the
it's like,
teachers. At
the
Portland
teachers
State.
are amazing and they're super helpful, and you can literally walk up to any of them and ask them like a legit question. And
Yeah.
they'll give you they'll take time out of the day. If they can't do it, then they'll like schedule a meeting. You can go meet with them and they'll give you all the resources you need, all the information you need. It's abundance.
Yeah.
Abundance of resources.
I like them because they're all still working. They're not just teachers.
Yeah. Like my last teacher for 311, my marketing class, Dan, he was teaching at Portland State, PCC, and I think one other one. I can't remember the other one. But he was working at the same time. He's a marketing guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling us how through LinkedIn he just got a new job working for some like other company. He's making like 6 figures.
Yeah.
Just doing marketing for them.
That's what my accounting teacher is doing. He's like, I've got a huge client right now.
Yeah.
So like, you can't contact me, and if you do, we have to like schedule it a week in advance.
A lot of people don't like teachers like that work, but I like it because like they're easy graders.
Yeah.
they have more important stuff to do. So if you just turn in your paper, you'll get at least like an 80.
Yeah.
And they don't like assign like frequent quizzes or shit like that. Or discussion posts.
If you're not doing another job, it's like, I don't know.
What, teaching?
If you're just teaching, I feel like you can do more with your time.
Yeah,
unless you're teaching like 6 classes.
Yeah. I think if you're a professor, if you're a college professor, yeah, I think you could definitely do more. I think high school, middle school,
Yeah, that's
school,
different.
They're their own breed, but a college professor, yeah, like Brian, our science teacher, he's a scientist.
Yeah, I mean, he gets to do research and that kind of stuff.
He's like a marine guy.
But if you're just teaching like 2 marketing classes, it's like,
oh
yeah, go run a business.
Like, yeah, like every teacher at PCU, either they're working and they're teaching, or they're retired and they're teaching. Like my BA 101 teacher, he was like one of the head guys for Sprint. In their I think their marketing department. He used to live in Bend and he just worked from home in Bend, and now he's retired. And him and his wife both are retired and just teach at Portland State. I think that's sick.
Hey, honey, how was your class?
He was a weird dude. He'd like, are we at a 10 a.m. class? But he'd be at PSU, he'd tell us at 6 a.m. because he always had to swim laps.
Oh.
He's this old dude. He was like 70-something, built like Trump. And he's like, I have to swim my laps every morning. And I'm like, respect to you, man.
It's great exercise.
It is great exercise.
I cannot. I mean, I could do that. Just.
Fuck that.
Yeah, no way. I don't want to do that.
I'm just now getting back in the gym. Last month has been way too busy. Now that it's summer, it feels really good to be back in the gym.
Get that summer bod.
Yeah, I was doing chest last night. It fucking felt amazing.
24-hour fitness.
24-hour fitness. If you ever, I go to the Tannisborn one. If you ever want to come by, I'll fight you. Yeah.
I I like boxed someone the other day.
Where?
Just like my buddy's house.
Fuck.
It was super random.
You just brought the gloves?
No, they had gloves.
Yeah, they just brought them out.
There's some Russian guys.
Fucking Russians, of course.
And I had like a helmet on, thankfully.
Interesting.
But you know, I thought we'd just do like a nice spar. And then right as he put on the glove, he just came after me.
Yeah, he's a Russian.
And he was like laughing.
Uh-huh.
And he hit me pretty good in the side of the face.
Yeah.
And then I faked right and then hit him as hard as I could in the gut.
That's nice.
And I guess he said, "Oh, we're done. We're done."
That's fine.
And then he's like, "Oh, you hit me right when I was breathing in." And I was just like, "Dude, I'm just happy we're done because I did not think you were gonna just start hitting me in the face."
Have you ever boxed, sparred?
No.
Really fun.
That was my only experience.
Really, really fun. I really enjoy boxing. I used to do it more often.
I think it's cool. I just don't want to get any head injuries.
You're more likely to get a head injury from soccer than
Trust me,
from
I
boxing.
know.
Yeah, you played soccer.
I've got a few concussions in my head.
Yeah, no, those punches just fly off your forehead. Trust me. I guess speaking of soccer, we can start talking about the World Cup.
The World Cup.
We just got done watching Spain-Portugal.
Ronaldo!
That was a really good fucking game. That was really good. Ronaldo with a hat trick. Fuck Spain.
3-3. Final score.
Yeah, fuck the tiki-taka. Juicy game.
You called the whole game.
I'm pretty good at it.
I think you
What did I
said
say?
every single thing that was going to happen.
I didn't know there was going to be a penalty in the first 4 minutes.
No.
But I knew you were going to be late. I'm like, he's going to miss the kickoff. I did call the free kick at the end.
You called the free kick at the end.
Because it was 3-2 and they were just passing the ball around. Like, the only way Portugal's going to win now is from a set piece.
Oh, no, you were talking trash about Costa, and then he scored.
Yeah, I was talking about Costa.
Did you call the second Portugal goal? I feel like you called more than one goal.
I think I might have.
You think
I don't
you
even
might have
remember.
called
It was a very good goal.
That was super exciting, though.
Yeah.
But who do you think has the best chance?
To win the whole thing?
Yeah. After watching that game, I don't think Portugal or Spain.
No, I think they'll have decent runs, but I don't think either.
I don't think they're gonna win.
I think Spain is too old and too young at the same time, and then Portugal, they rely too much on Ronaldo.
Yeah, they're the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're the Cavaliers, the Cavs. So I don't think either of them are gonna win. I think France is too young. A lot of people are picking France.
I really don't like France.
I have nothing against France, but I just fuck France.
I literally think they're just too. They're just too weak as individual people.
I see what you're saying. I mean, I love Griezmann. I think Griezmann's a cool guy. Except his celebrations are fucking gay. I'm sorry.
Some Fortnite celebrations.
Dude, come on. Stop. He copies that, and then before that, he was doing the Drake hands.
Yeah.
From Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
He was doing that. You can be a little more creative, Antonio. Or Antoine. Yeah, I think France is too young. I think Brazil has a good chance. But Brazil's
We have to see them play, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen Brazil play yet. But Neymar, Coutinho, Firmino, Jesus.
They have a really good lineup.
That's a juicy attack. Me personally, if it was up to me, I want Belgium to win. People are saying Belgium's a dark horse. I don't think you can call that team a dark horse.
What do you mean by dark horse?
They're going to do better than people think, or they're going to be because a dark horse is an unexpected
Okay.
component or opponent. I mean, they have Hazard, Lukaku, De Bruyne.
De Bruyne's coming off a really hot season.
He's coming off an amazing season with Pep. Who else do they have? Alderweireld.
They have good goalkeepers.
Courtois.
They have Courtois.
Fuck Mignolet.
They have good center backs. They have Company.
Alderweireld, and then
Alderwood.
And what's the other one? Vertonghen. Dembele in the midfield. They're stupid good players, and I feel but Roberto Martinez, their coach, I think is an egghead. He's gonna fuck it up. Thierry Henry is on that team, which makes it interesting. He's one of the coaches.
Assistant coaches for Belgium?
Yeah, he's one of the assistant coaches.
Oh wow.
which is juicy, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. I just want Belgium to win. Germany, I really don't want Germany to win. I'll be
I
honest.
think they have a good chance.
I actually think they're going to lay an egg this tournament.
You think so?
I was looking it up. Every time a team has won the World Cup, they've done shit.
They have.
After.
Hmm.
2014, Spain didn't get out of their group.
True.
2010, Germany got out in the round of 16. 2010, Italy didn't get got out early. 2006, I forgot who won in 2002.
I just think they're so organized and they're so disciplined that they have to make it to at least the quarters.
Yeah, I could see them going to the quarters, but I think quarters is.
Is that easy?
I think for Germany it would be a letdown if they got out in the quarters.
Yeah, it would. They're always a semi.
I mean,
favorite team.
Yeah, I forgot who said it, but some famous footballer said, "A bad Germany team goes to the final. A good Germany team wins the final." So I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I don't want them to win. I think they're too engineered. The style of football they play is too calculated, and I don't know.
I think the only reason I think they're going to do really well is because of Mueller and Royce.
Mueller.
Royce has never played a World Cup because he's always been injured.
I don't think it's going to be good. I'm sorry. I like Royce, but I just think he's been hurt the whole year pretty much.
Yeah,
his form is shit. Neuer's been hurt the whole year too. He hasn't even, and they're just
they're pretty knocked up.
They're knocked up. Mueller, he's 28 now, 29.
That's prime.
Maybe 30. Yeah, he always does good in a World Cup.
He has the chance to beat Klose's record of
That's
most
true.
goals scored in a World Cup.
They got Timo Werner at striker.
Warner, yeah.
He's good. He's 22.
He's young.
He's fast. He's
Mm-hmm.
a fast white man. I don't know. Me personally, if Germany fuck off, I'd be happy. Who else? Oh, Argentina. I think
they were in the finals last year. I totally forgot that.
I think their attack is really good. I mean, look, Aguero, Di Maria, Messi.
I think Messi he really wants to win this year too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he wants to win. He's sick of people saying he's not as good as Maradona.
Yeah.
Because in Argentina, a lot of people are Messi fans. Not a lot of people.
And also, the
Not as
Messi
many
hype hasn't been up recently. I feel like Messi hasn't been in the spotlight for a while.
True, because Real Madrid have been winning Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about La Liga because it's
It's a 3-team league.
Yeah, it's all about the Premier League.
That's true.
I think that's Messi's motivation. He needs to be in the sunlight again.
True. But I don't think he requires as much as Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo lives.
He was so hyped after winning that game.
Oh, he was like, I fucking
not
did
even
this.
tying that game.
Yeah, he's like, I fucking did this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know in Argentina, I was watching a bunch of YouTube stuff. A lot of people still a lot of people in Argentina think Maradona is better just because he won the World Cup.
I think somehow it's gonna be Brazil and Argentina.
I don't think they.
I think they'll just play each other, and it'll be a really good game.
I don't know if they're even going to be able to.
Yeah, I haven't
based on-
looked at the
Because I've done a few
mock.
Tables, and I did not get that matchup anytime.
No,
I think I would have.
What about the finals?
Finals, I always get Germany, Brazil,
Germany, Brazil.
and if it goes to that, I'm picking Brazil for the comeback.
I'm picking Germany because they're just stronger.
Brazil's got the finesse though.
Okay.
The finesse on my team is too much, too sick, too many ballers. Who else? Is that it?
Belgium's really good, but who knows? And I don't know. There's a lot of other teams in the FIFA World Cup where they could be champions, but they just don't play well together.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
What do you think is going to be the surprise of the tournament? Not necessarily win it, but go farther than people think.
Honestly, I think Russia is going to do okay.
Really?
Just because they got that 5-0 win. I mean, it was just a terrible team. But I think
Arabia's fucking ass.
that's going to give them good momentum. And honestly, I'm thinking about, scripting. Just because I've watched so much NBA, and that is so scripted. I just feel like
You think NBA is scripted?
Oh my god!
You think
Dude,
they're
after watching this season, I really I
There's
did
joined them
not
up
believe
pockets.
it, but after watching this season and that playoffs, I was like, that was so bad at some points.
That's fucking hilarious.
And who wouldn't rig a World Cup? Russia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Russia's like the one place that would rig a World
I
Cup.
think like FIFA's so corrupt. FIFA's disgustingly corrupt.
They're crazy.
You know, I could see Russia.
John Oliver did a great.
I saw that. I don't like John Oliver, but that was funny. He was kind of a cuck, but that was a funny bit he did there. It was for the 2014 World Cup.
Yeah.
Highly recommend you guys go watch that video.
Yeah.
Funny.
He also did a good one on NCAA.
I didn't see that one.
That one's really funny too.
Pull it up, Jamie. What was it? Yeah, it'd be interesting if Russia gets out. Me personally, I'd like Egypt to get out of that group rather than Russia. For Mo Salah's sake, the man, he cries.
Dude, it's just so sad. He got injured in the Champions League and then
Didn't fucking play today.
didn't even play.
I woke up at 4:45 in the morning
True Salah fan
to watch
from Oregon.
Egypt. I'm a fucking Oregonian waking up to watch Egypt, and they don't even play Mo when he's 100% fit. And the coach the day before was like, he will 100% play. He won't start, but he will play. Doesn't fucking sub it in. I'm like, fuck off. And Egypt were playing good. Egypt had the momentum. If they subbed in Salah at the 70th minute, give him 20 minutes of running, no way he's going to get fucking hurt in 20 minutes. Pull up with any injury, especially because he's fit. But they would have had all the momentum, and they maybe would have scored with the momentum they were doing. They were playing such good defense in the back. The center backs were really disciplined. Their keeper was playing really good. He took the bet.
He's the only goal scorer too.
Yeah, that team.
He had to play.
That team cannot score goals. The coach took the chance, said, we'll just take a draw, save him for 2 games, and then Uruguay score in the 89th minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's football.
I don't know why coaches don't listen to fans more. I feel like as fans, we actually see the right decision half the time.
That's true. I definitely think with soccer, football, you definitely the fans are way more knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Than other sports.
And we're watching it from an aerial view.
I see what you're saying. That's an interesting perspective. My dark horse for the tournament, I think Croatia will do really good.
You think they'll make it to semis?
I would not be surprised if Croatia make it to the semis. But I picked them to go to the final for the Euros. And they did really bad at the Euros. But I think the team's better.
they have a really good lineup if nobody gets injured.
They have a really good midfield, dude. With Modric.
Really good.
Who's the one who plays for Real Madrid?
That's Modric. But there's
No,
someone,
the other one.
Rakitic is on Barcelona.
Rakitic. But the other one that plays for Real Madrid.
Yeah, he's like a sub. I don't know his
my
name. It's
God, why am I
Kazukic.
Kostic. I
Kostic.
think. No, I'm saying. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, anyways, they have Mandzukic up top.
Mandzukic, Perisic from Inter Milan.
They have a really good midfield on attack.
Lovren in the defense. Lovren. If you
From
set
Liverpool?
Lovren off, he will punch someone in the head.
From Liverpool?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Dejan.
thought so.
Dejan Lovren.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them. I can't believe the World Cup just started because just after watching that first game, it was like, wow, I haven't watched this good of soccer
A while.
in a long time.
Yeah, no, seriously, it hit me. Because it was the Champions League final, May.
But that game was way better than the Champions League.
Yeah, the Champions League final was kind of ass. It's been a while since I watched
I
the
mean,
game.
it was ass because...
But here's the thing, also, that game I watched, Spain-Portugal, that might end up being the best game of this tournament.
No, I mean, I hope not.
I hope not either, but...
I mean, maybe the best game of the
group?
the first group
Maybe,
of
but...
the group stage.
That game's going to be hard to beat.
Because there's not a lot of 2 super teams that are playing each other.
That's true.
In group stages.
Yeah.
You know who we haven't talked about is England.
Yeah. No, I love England. England is my second home. I want to live in England one day. It's that perfect combo for me between
bad weather,
but also you have the American aspect of England and you have the European aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Being living in Oregon but being Romanian.
Yeah.
So I always have my heart in Europe.
Yeah.
England is that perfect middle spot for me.
Okay.
Where you can go down the street, you can tell some guy, fuck you, and he'll say, fuck you, and then you'll go on with your day. If you say that in Portland, the police will come and harass you.
Yeah. Portland's made me really sensitive.
Yeah. Very sensitive.
When I was in New York, I love that feeling of like, I really like the feeling that like nobody like really cares about you,
Mm-hmm.
but like they still are aware of you, you know?
I like it. I just like it. Like the East Coast in general is more like European in that sense. Like they're rough around the edges. But I like that also because when someone compliments you or someone's being nice to you,
It's genuine.
It's 100% genuine. It's no BS. I feel like a lot of people in Oregon or like the West Coast in general are nice because they're like expecting something in return, or they're you know.
Well,
they're
kind of
taught.
what I've been taught is like if you're not nice and if you don't like put out that like positive energy,
Yeah.
then like something's gonna like come and get you. You know,
Yeah,
if you're negative.
Yeah.
You know. But that's like not the mindset at all on the East Coast.
No, the East Coast much like hardworking people that are like really driven to succeed,
Mm-hmm.
and then are a bit rough around the edges,
Mm-hmm.
but you love them for it.
I mean, everyone I met in New York was really nice to me, but like I could tell like they were from New York.
Yeah.
You know,
The
the biggest thing is everyone loves to honk their horns, but it's more
that I
like
would never get it. That was such I don't know. There's no point in honking. It's not going to change anything.
See, that's exactly what I was telling them. But they're like, no, like you need to tell that person through the horn
You assert your
that
dominance.
they made a mistake and that it's their fault.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, but like it doesn't change anything. And they're like, they just like totally like, ugh, whatever. This kid doesn't know what he's talking about. Also, the driving there is like very aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Which like I was scared, but they were comfortable driving 50 on the by houses.
Goddamn.
In my Uber.
What was the best thing you ate in New York?
I actually got like food poisoning.
Really?
Yeah, I had some really bad Chinese food.
In New York?
Yeah, it was really disappointing. Well, I didn't get to like, I was at a university which was like 40 minutes from JFK.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get to go in the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So all the food I got was just like university food.
Okay.
And literally the only thing I got was off campus was the Chinese food that I got food poisoning from. But I think it was also a combination. I took a red eye out.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't sleep because I was working on my business report for Business Comm.
Okay.
211?
205.
205.
Yeah.
And,
business communications.
Business communications. And I didn't sleep.
Oh, okay.
So I went like almost 48 hours.
That's the life of a business.
It was terrible.
CEO.
Yeah, but being sick the next day wasn't fun.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about PSU for next year? Do you think your next classes are going to be impactful?
I hope.
Yeah.
Let's see, what am I taking? I'm taking 2 business classes and 2 clusters, just so I can get my clusters out of the way, which are pretty much essentially like a writing class. After fall term, winter term, I'm going to be taking like marketing classes, working on my actual marketing degree, and I'm excited for that. And I'm going to start working towards that outdoor and sports certificate.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing that.
Definitely doing it. Because with the marketing degree, you only have to take like 1 more class.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. So you get your marketing degree and the certificate. And then a lot of, like, from what I hear, like 80% of people that do that get a job at Adidas or Nike out of graduation.
And that's what you're trying to
which
do.
is like my goal.
Mm-hmm.
I want to work there for a while, build up my money, maybe start my own company, sell that, and be a venture capitalist, and own a lot of cars. That's my dream life right there.
A lot of cars.
A lot of Japanese cars. Like 90s legendary Japanese cars.
The only thing with like owning a lot of cars is that I feel like you're going to get a lot of tickets.
Who gives a fuck? If I can afford them, I can afford them.
Well, if you get enough tickets, then they suspend your license.
Not if you have good lawyers. I was watching this Netflix show called Fastest Car, and it was just like they compared like a really expensive like sports car, hypercar, to like a built drag racer.
Oh, okay.
So they did like a Ferrari versus like 3 like shitmobiles, that were just pumping out stupid amount of power. But the guy that was driving a Lambo, he was like, I've gotten 51 tickets. And they're like, how do you still have a driver's license? And he's like, I have really good lawyers.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
I'm scared to get pulled over. I never want to get
You're
pulled
white.
over. Barely.
Barely. You're
I'm half and half.
You're French Japanese.
French Japanese, but people think I'm Hispanic.
Yeah, you kind of look a little bit Hispanic.
I don't know what it is, but actually, my business partner, he told me the other day, he's like, I thought you were Hispanic for like 3 months while working together, and I knew you were. I wasn't convinced that you weren't Hispanic until I met your mom.
That's hilarious.
It was Asian.
I think because the first time we met was in our Families and Societies class.
Did you think I was Hispanic because I was with Carlos?
Yes, but also because remember we were doing that thing that was like write your name, like the meaning of your name.
Yeah.
And then like the origin of it or whatnot. Yeah, and I thought you were gonna be Hispanic, but then because you wrote Alexander Akira Dassise, and I'm like, Akira's a Japanese name.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like the movie Akira.
Mm-hmm. Akira Kurosawa.
That's the director.
Yeah.
But there's also a movie called Akira.
Okay.
Akira. About Neo Tokyo in 2020.
That's cool.
Really sick anime.
I love your Japanese knowledge. Because nobody I know except
I'm a
you.
fucking nerd. I went to Japan last year. Greatest trip I ever did. I want to go back. Japan, yeah, I'd live in Japan.
Yeah?
Not for like a long period of time, but like for a year or two, I'd live in Japan.
Would you compare Tokyo to like New York?
I would, but it's like it's very much different.
Yeah.
Where it's like New York, like if you bump into someone, expect to like have to throw down. And then like New York's really dirty.
Yeah.
Like Japan, everyone walks like single file with their head down, with their like briefcase, going to work.
Yeah.
Super clean, cleanest city. It's the biggest city in the world by population and by land size.
Huh.
So not only is it like the biggest surface area of a city, it's also the most condensed.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. And taking that all into consideration, super clean. Because you don't have garbage cans anywhere.
What?
Self-responsibility.
That's crazy.
They don't have garbage cans. So if you ever eat anything, also you're not allowed.
That's why everyone's so skinny.
Yeah, you're not allowed to, but they don't want you to like walk and drink or walk and eat. So they have all these vending machines in Japan. You know, everyone knows about the vending machines.
Yeah, the vending machines.
So what you're supposed to do is you go to the vending machine, you put in your 100 yen, which is a dollar, about $1. 100 yen, you get your little drink, a little Fanta soda, whatever.
Okay.
You drink it on the spot. Because it's like...
You just chug it right there.
It's like, I don't know, dude.
You shotgun
less than 8 ounces. You pretty much shotgun it. And then they have the smallest little garbage can, and you throw it in there, and that's it.
It's so funny.
There's never a garbage can on the corner, anything like that.
Is there any homeless people?
I didn't see any.
Didn't? Wow.
No, wait, sorry. I did see one. I remember one specifically that was living under a bridge. Nice guy, though, but I had a great conversation about him. No, but, yeah, I only saw one.
Mm-hmm. The homeless people have Roth IRAs, and they have investments.
Do they actually? You make that up? But no, I think, like, once you put the responsibility in the people's hands, they realize, like, well, I can't just throw this on the ground.
Not in America. Everyone would throw it on the ground.
I'd like America to try that in like a medium size, like a Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, actually, maybe not Pittsburgh. They're pretty inbred in Pittsburgh. They'd throw anything on the ground. Like, I don't know, like Kansas City. Like, take out garbage cans. Or even like Portland. Remove garbage cans from the corner so you don't promote throwing just garbage.
Yeah.
Just not having garbage.
Yeah.
So you don't promote it. And then see if it makes a difference. Because I think it really does. I think when you put that responsibility in people's hands,
mm-hmm.
they're grown adults. They can manage not having garbage. But yeah, that was really interesting to observe that just walking the streets of Tokyo, just like I keep all my garbage in my backpack because I'm an American, so of course I had garbage. Like
you're a consumer.
No, Tokyo's sick. Tokyo's super cool.
I think it really stems from I don't know, but like in Japan, they just have such a more disciplined like origin of you're either raised on Buddhism or
No, they have
Taoism.
Taoism. Is it Taoism?
Taoism.
Taoism's the number one religion.
Yeah.
Like religion, it's not like necessarily a religion. It's more of like an ideology that they live by.
Yeah, same with Buddhism. Buddhism's more of an ideology.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that's easier for just like a whole culture to get behind than saying like this is a religion.
Yeah, and
saying
you have, like laws in a religion, and you have to follow these laws. And if you break them, you have to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah,
and it's like it makes sense. You know, I'm a religious person, but no, I definitely think it makes it easier, and I think more people buy into that because they believe if you believe in this Taoism, you will succeed. But the one thing I did also observe with Japan's Japan's up there with suicide rates.
It's the highest.
It's South Korea's higher.
Oh, is it?
I forgot which one's number one. I think a Middle Eastern countries somewhere number one was
Sketch.
something like that, or maybe somewhere like between Afghanistan, Pakistan, somewhere around there might be number one. But they're up there. Japan's in like the top 15, and I totally get it. I totally get why.
Is it so competitive?
It's more like, imagine this is what they preach too. And I saw this on an episode of Wong's World. You know Eddie Wong?
Yeah.
He has a Viceland a Viceland series, Wong's World.
Okay.
And he went to Japan, and someone was telling him about how like in Japan you're taught like you're just a rice, like plume or a rice like what's an individual rice called?
I don't know.
You're just
a
like
speckle.
It's not a speckle. You're just like you're an individual piece of rice in a bowl of rice.
Okay.
And Japan's that bowl.
Okay.
So like, and there's high standards for like just following like being ordinary.
Yeah.
If you stick out, people like turn their back on you.
Wow.
And like it's really frowned upon to be different. Everyone wants to be the same in Japan because that's how you succeed, and then they're really focused on like making money and being financially secured and being able to afford like their children a good future.
Yeah.
But when like life doesn't go that way, like people get really depressed, and you can just see like in the morning when I was walking and I saw people go to work, and when late at night when I saw people come back from work while I was taking like the public transportation, just like their faces were just, they look like they want to go home and hang themselves.
Damn. And some of them did that night.
Maybe they went to the suicide forest, saw Logan Paul, and killed themselves.
Seppuku is a huge
seppuku. There was a governor who performed seppuku in the 1960s in Japan.
It's crazy.
There are pictures of it, black and white pictures. This dude, he, I forgot what exactly, but like, he broke some like law, and he went to the judge, and he's like, I'm responsible for this, and he's like, you don't have to give me like a court, like anything.
I'm just gonna commit seppuku.
I'm gonna commit seppuku, and he was like, okay. And they have pictures of him in like, he like takes off his robe in his office, and the guy performs seppuku.
Oh,
it's
so gross.
Fucked. I like respected a guy like just straight up like took ownership and killed himself there, but I don't think it's the answer. But I think like
I don't want to.
That takes balls.
That's so much pain.
That's so much pain, dude.
So
A sharp knife going through your gut.
Was it like a huge like?
No, it's like a seppuku knife.
Oh yeah, it's a knife.
It's like a long knife.
Yeah.
Japan's weird, man. It's sick. I think everyone, if you're able to afford it, everyone should at least like go visit Japan just to get that cultural shock. Because once you go, you're gonna realize life is so much different in other parts of the world.
That's like one of the key places.
Yeah. And Japan has it nice, dude. Like you can get that same effect if you go to like Iraq or like Albania. It's not gonna be as enjoyable, but you can get that same effect. But I think Japan's.
I feel like it's in some ways, it's very similar to America.
Well, yeah, because they're also a capitalist economy. Because after the World War II, they became a capitalist economy, making cars, bicycles, toys, animation. All this that's what led Japan out of the depression that they had in the 60s. And
that bomb woke them up.
Exactly. And Akira is about that. The movie I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like about like how like the bomb threat, but then in like 2020. It's its own thing to explain Akira. Highly recommend going to see it. But the bomb woke them up. The Hiroshima bomb woke them up, and once they embraced capitalism, they became a superpower.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting that my grandma was in Hiroshima, where she's in the town next to it.
Really?
And she watched like all these, like pretty much zombie people walk out of it.
My God.
And then she came to America, like right afterwards.
Big baller.
It's like you can't beat them, so you join them. I don't know.
I guess. My friend Danny, one of his, it's either his friends or one of his cousins, was there for Chernobyl.
Hmm?
You know Chernobyl, in Ukraine?
Okay.
It happened in the 90s,
Oh, yeah.
late 80s, mid to late 80s, I think, where one of the nuclear reactors blew up in Chernobyl, Ukraine. And you still, like, if you still go there today, you will get
some radioactive stuff?
You can get radioactive poisoning.
Wow.
People, they do tours, but they're like 10-minute tours. But you go there, you'll see foxes with like 2 heads and
No
frogs
way.
with 4 eyes. No, you legit, like, there are people that go hunting for those animals.
Crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. But no, yeah, Japan is very much like America, like very capitalist. If anything, they're more capitalist than us.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example,
They
companies,
just work harder.
they work a lot harder. They no matter what job it is, if you're a maid, if you're a host at a restaurant, if you're like whatever, like, you take pride in it, and everyone like takes pride in what they do, and then other people respect them for that. We're here in America, like, you go get a Starbucks, you can tell the guy giving you Starbucks hates his fucking life.
Well, dude, and
But
also
I'm not
just like people are so lazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Americans are very lazy.
Like, even when we were just at Jimmy John's, I was like, they're making my sandwich and I want them to make it, like, better. You know, I can tell they're not, like, doing their best.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
Like,
and just like,
because like people always ask, like, they can always act like they can do better. But a lot of these people don't.
I literally said, "Can I have light mayo?" And then I saw the lady look at me, and then just put a crap ton of mayo on it.
It's like, fuck.
And I can't, like, I don't know. I'm too passive to say something.
I'm the same way. I just be like, I'll eat the fucking mayo.
I'm just like, fine, I'm gonna eat that.
That's fucking hilarious.
I had one more thing to say about Japan. No, it's all about in their schools. That's where they get it. Because at like age, when they're in elementary school and middle school, they're working insanely harder than we are.
That's true.
Like they go
schools across the world work harder than America.
Yeah.
That's the United States school system is kind of fucked.
I mean, it's good.
Kids in Romania work harder. That's why the graduation rates in Romania are a lot lower, but it's a lot harder to graduate high school in Romania. Like, it actually means something. But then all those people that do graduate high school leave the country immediately. Romania has a huge brain drain problem in Romania. Everyone that's smart enough to be a software engineer, a doctor, something engineer of some sort, they just leave immediately. They go to Germany, they go to Italy, they go somewhere else.
They come here. Yeah. Is everyone else just farmers?
Farmers. They work at the shop.
Brewery.
Yeah, they have a brewery. Car washes are popular. Veterinarian pharmacies are fucking massive in Romania. Like, you go to a pharmacy, you're like, my pig has a rash, and the guy's like, oh, give this to him. You see a veterinary pharmacist every fucking block in any city.
Jeez, what's wrong with the animals?
Because they're farmers.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my grandpa owned one. He was like one of the originators in like my mom's small town, like village. He was the first one, and then after. Now you go there and like
he has monopoly.
Yeah, but he was one of the first. It's crazy though, because it's not really regulated. Like, you know, you're giving medication to animals. Who cares? That's how the government sees it. So
but the thing is, you're eating those animals, or you're eating what those animals are producing.
That's a very good point. But do you think like that?
No, that's so gross.
Yeah, so you don't need a prescription for anything. If you want fucking drugs, you can say my chicken doesn't sleep.
They give your chicken Xanax?
Probably. I don't know if they have the Xanax, but you can just ask for something, pay for it. They don't care if you
They'll
take
give
it or
your
not.
cow some Adderall for it to pump milk faster.
Yeah.
My cow isn't focusing.
But yeah, no.
What were you gonna ask?
Last thing I want to say about Japan, like, for example, so much of their culture is around the companies as well. Like
they respect the company.
They love the companies, and it's the same thing with Korea. Like, Korea and Samsung are like the same thing. But no, in Japan, I know with the baseball teams, all the baseball teams in Japan are owned by companies. So they have like Toyota something, Yamaha.
Toyota Tigers.
Yeah, or like Yamaha something else, and that like their fans are most of the time it's just people going after work.
The company.
They like give you benefits if you go to the games.
That's cool.
Which it's interesting, but it's weird, and that's why like when they developed the soccer league in Japan, the J League, they cut that out because they're like we don't want fake fans, like we want legit. And that's why the Japanese national team is pretty good now.
They always make the World Cup.
They didn't do that until like 1998.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make it in 1998. They hosted it in 2002, and since they hosted it with Korea, they've made it every. They're one of the best teams in the Asian qualifiers. I think they have a bright future. The J League is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Iniestu's going to the J League.
It sounds like Japan. The difference between Japan and America is that just the Japanese culture and the Japanese people, like, I don't want to say they're like submitting, but they buy into society and culture.
100%.
Where people in America are like, they're always fighting. Society.
There's always a pushback in America.
There's always a pushback.
In Japan, it's just like, yes sir, yes ma'am.
It's like, I accept.
And it benefits them, and it maybe sometimes doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just the way you look at the world.
It's just country to country, the culture.
It's different, but really interesting place. Highly recommend visiting Japan.
It's probably the first place I'll go to. I haven't been out of the country, which is
stupid.
Super crazy.
Traveling, everyone thinks traveling is so expensive. Traveling is expensive as you make it. Okay,
yeah.
The tickets are always going to be pricey.
Yeah.
But a ticket to Japan, $700.
It's not bad.
Round trip, $700. You go Airbnb, you can get a nice place.
I've got family there. It's fine.
Do you have family there? Do you actually?
Yes, I do.
There you fucking go. Where do they live? In Kyoto, Osaka?
Kyoto.
They live in Kyoto.
Yeah.
I went to Kyoto too, which is a super nice place. You can stay with them, and then you can take like a few. It takes about the bullet train that goes from Kyoto to Tokyo is like a 3-hour train.
Mm-hmm.
Go spend 3-4 nights at an Airbnb. That's like $300.
Wait, how far is it from Kyoto to Tokyo?
With the bullet train, it's about 3 hours.
Okay.
But that's like you're going across the country.
Oh, really?
You're going from coast to coast.
Oh, wow.
Like the width. You're going the width of Japan, pretty much.
I don't know the geography, so.
The length is longer. The length, because Japan's super long. But width-wise, yeah, about 3-4 hours you can be from one coast, from the west side to the east side.
Yeah, I gotta get on that. I was thinking about the Olympics.
That'd be sick.
That'd be a good time to go.
That would be a good time to go. But yeah, especially if you have family that live there, the only thing you have to pay them is food, souvenirs. You're gonna buy a lot.
They'll probably be so happy we're there too.
Hell yeah, I'll come with you.
Steph and I are both like, we'd both be gods there because we're half Asian.
Do they really look up to half Asians?
They do. I heard that. My mom was telling me that people will just come up to us and try and take photos.
Yeah, they do that.
If a half Asian American.
I didn't get. No one came up to me and was like, "Oh, photo." But I got looks. I got a lot of gasps too. They're like, "Oh, stocky American beard man." Yeah, no one in Japan has a beard, so I was like walking around with a beard. It's just like, like I'm some.
I got that. I don't have the beard gene.
Looking at me like I'm some type of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You should do it, man.
I will.
It's not.
I need to.
It'll cost you like $1,200, $1,300 total. I mean, well, you win $6,000 at a competition. You take a trip to a business trip.
A business trip, yeah.
Kyoto's a really cool place too.
They need some special education over there.
There you go.
Seriously though, they do not like, because you were saying how they don't like people that are different.
That's true.
Like disabilities in Japan are like the worst.
That's interesting.
It's terrible, actually. I don't even
Makes
want to
sense.
get into it.
Around the world, disabilities are not seen as positive as they're seen in America. No. Especially like in Romania. Oh my god.
America's actually probably the best.
Yeah, I'd say. America or United Kingdom, like,
yeah,
I'd say it's probably like up there in terms of like acceptance and how like successful people with disabilities can be.
I don't know the rates though. I don't know if America has the most people with disabilities.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, just because we're so overpopulated.
And Americans.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing about disabilities is there's no like, and that's the thing with autism is there's no cure.
Yeah.
There's no cure. There's no like
there's
scientific real reasoning.
Yeah.
That's been found yet.
It's crazy. Because the brain is so.
Yeah, we know nothing about the brain.
The brain, you can't regenerate the brain. You can't like.
No.
Not like a knee, not like a joint, a bone. It'll regrow. It'll be stitched. The brain. Once it's gone, it's gone. So don't play football.
That was the whole message of this podcast. Is don't play football.
Don't play football.
American football.
They fucking American football. Yeah, play soccer. Play real football. Don't play American football. My son's at high school put up this poster where it's like these kids.
Get your concussion today.
Pretty much it was like what is it? Like glory starts here, or legend. No, legends start here.
Legends.
And it was like kids, like elementary and middle school kids in football gear, and I was like, yeah, CT
Is anyone
starts here. Like,
has anyone from Sunset even made it to like college or NFL?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't. I'm not the right guy to ask.
No.
I got some football friends who probably know better than me, but I don't think anyone made it. I think some guys played college. I know one guy specifically played at South Dakota or North Dakota, North Dakota State, which is like the best Division II team. Oh yeah, not Division II, man. But I don't fucking know. Going pro. Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't play American football. Nothing against the sport. I just
don't want more brain injuries.
exactly.
Well, was this a successful first podcast?
Hopefully, I guess we'll review the footage and we'll decide if we're posting it or not.
You're gonna listen to this whole thing again?
Like a bit of it, a little bit of it.
A little bit of it.
Make sure the audio sounds right and whatnot. If
Cool.
not, we'll just redo it. No, I'm joking.
Okay. Sagesiesbridge.com.
Go check it out. Wait, your products are not for sale yet, right?
No, they're not for sale.
Not for sale. This is all hype.
It's all hype right now.
All hype.
We've sold prototypes.
When do you think?
Gotten feedback.
When are you gonna hit the market? Next year?
Yeah, give me January 2018.
January 2018. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Or no, my bad. January 2019.
2019. Sounds even better.
Coming towards you. Coming towards a special education
Dassise Bridge.
process.
Check it out.
Towards you. Connecting you to someone you could not connect with before.
Like a bridge would do.
Like a bridge would do.
Exactly.
I'm about to bridge your life.
There you go. If you like Alex, go check out his company. Super nice guy. He was the one that motivated me to do the podcast.
Thanks, man.
When I first brought up the idea, I'm like, I'm thinking of doing a podcast. You're like, fuck yeah, do it, man. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to be a guest? He's like, I'd love to be a guest.
Love
You brought the mics. You brought everything. Highly appreciate it.
Cassian, everybody. Give him a high five. Give him a clap.
I'm clapping for myself. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed it, stay tuned. More to come. I'll try to do one once a week. I think once a week would be a good system. If you're interested in being on the podcast, just shoot me a message. We'll set it up. And yeah, thank you.
Like, subscribe,
Yeah, subscribe.
comment.
Comment questions, and I'll answer the questions next time.
That's smart.
Yeah, comment any questions you have. I'll try to answer them. If they're racist, I won't answer them.
I'll block you.
I'll block you, and I'll call the police. I'll SWAT you. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Peace.